Hey, what's up, guys? So, welcome to part 7 of my playthrough from the Fate of Atlantis, episode 2, the Torment of Hades. We're just days away from the new episode 3, the Judgment of Atlantis, so I'm trying to pack it all in before Tuesday. So in the last video, we helped out Phoebe. She escaped Elysium, came down to Hades to look for her parents, but then she got in trouble. She ran into the Cyclops from Kefalonia, who was still holding a grudge. He gave her Lethe's water, stole her toy, made her forget, so we had to get her toy, make her remember, and we saved her from the Cyclops and sent her back on her way to Elysium to meet up with her parents. So this whole episode has basically been nostalgia from the main game, the main storyline. We're seeing all the old enemies again, some of the old allies. So this one's going to continue the trend. We're going to see another ally, and we're going to see what happened to them and why they're in Hades. So right here we're going to be at the Eternal Battlefield. As the name suggests, this is going to be where fighting is always happening. There's always a war going on. Don't jump down there. Use the bridge like somebody normal. But I'm going to go up here, and this should take me to a little cutscene. Just like the Phoebe missions, this is kind of like a side mission, but it plays so much into the main storyline, I'm just going to leave it in. Our main missions, remember, were to help out Charon, and to close the Tartarus rifts, send everybody back that doesn't belong in Hades back to Tartarus. And we were supposed to find 4 legendary heroes to take over the job for Cerberus, which I'll just do one video for them, just me fighting them. And then after that we got to report back to Hades, and he's supposed to give us some knowledge on our staff that we got from Pythagoras.
Brasidas! I don't belong here!
Alright, so it's our old friend Brasidas. He is down in Hades for some reason. As you could hear from what he said, and what the mission's called, it's called I Don't Belong Here. So we're going to figure out why he's down in Hades. He seemed to be a good guy. He helped us out in the main game. We're going to have to do some missions and get to the bottom of that. Kind of some foreshadowing going on. So take out all these guys from Greece, from Athens specifically, just like you would in a battle from the main game. Wear down their health, and then we could talk to Brasidas. And if you remember, Brasidas was killed by Deimos. It was when we were chasing Cleon, and he gets stabbed right through underneath the chin, through the head. It was kind of fucked up and shocking. It was actually one of the sadder parts, but still was more. It was interesting because it surprised you. You didn't expect him to die, so it made it more interesting. Just kind of like a Game of Thrones, where a main character gets killed and you're like, oh shit, you didn't see that coming. Then he got killed by Deimos. We fought Deimos, and then we chased down Cleon, and then we killed Cleon on that beach. And we will be seeing him again. He has a little cameo. I don't think you guys, if you played this, you might have missed it. It's real quick. I'll point it out when it happens later. And Brasidas has a connection to the Monger too, because remember, we fought a bunch of the Monger's thugs in that warehouse in Corinth, and when it was on fire, he come jumping through the fire, help us out. And I remember we had to decide if he wanted to take out the Monger quietly like he did, or do it publicly like somebody else did. I forget their name. I ended up doing it publicly, just because he was a piece of shit and needed to be shown to the public that we meant business. But I doubt there was a big difference if you chose to do it quietly. So we won the battle. Let's see what Brasidas has got to say.
You're the next soldier! Brasidas! It's me, Alexios! Yeah!
Alright, so it seems Brasidas has the same thing that Phoebe had, where they had a little problem remembering what happened in the real world. So we're just going to have a quick little, I guess, boss battle with him. I don't remember being any kind of challenge. just do my usual combination of Ares Madness, Fury of the Bloodline, overpowered attacks, and if you run low on adrenaline, just take a step back, headshots with the arrows, especially if you get double fire arrows. I forget the name of the bow that turns all normal arrows into fire arrows. That's what I'm using now. That's what I've been using forever. I think I do. I switched to the new bow we get from one of the legendary heroes. I think it's Hades' bow. I switched near the end of the DLC, so I won't have it till the end. But every save, just back up, headshots, or body if he's too close and you don't want to risk missing. But they can get you adrenaline, and then they get you to the overpower attacks, and that's your money maker right there to take down any kind of strong enemy.
You fight like someone I once knew. We fought the Mongoose thugs in a warehouse in Corinth. That's where we met. The warehouse was on fire. We were surrounded. Alexios? It's good to see you, old friend. Friend. Friends watch each other's backs, but you were always out for yourself. My needs and the needs of our people were never a passing thought. All you cared about was Sparta. Did you ever consider that Sparta never cared about anyone else? We need to put the past behind us now. What are you doing here? You're not dead, are you? No, not yet at least. I have a staff from my father, my real father. It has powers. I was sent to the underworld to learn how to use them. Powers? It's a long story. But I've been all over Elysium looking for answers. My search brought me here. You've been to Elysium? Honor the gods. Honor Sparta. Keep your oaths and Elysium is yours. My father told me this as a child, and every single day of my life I lived by that code. But now in death, I'm sentenced to this misery. If there's anyone I fought with who deserves paradise, it's you. Then why am I here? You should be taking this up with Hades. This was Hades' decision. He says I can go to Elysium on one condition. I need to confront my greatest enemy. Deimos. Deimos. Brasidas, you shouldn't be waiting here to fight her. Why not? Deimos still lives. Hades tricked you. No matter. She'll show up, eventually. What did Hades tell you exactly? He said, to walk Elysium in death, the son of Sparta must confront that which defeated him in life. Gods and their fucking riddles. Can't they ever just say what they mean? But I think I've already solved your first problem. And that is? A true son of Sparta wouldn't dare face an enemy without their shield. We need to find yours. It's in the forgotten Sepulcher. I tried to retrieve it, but Hades sent guards to defend the tomb after some Malakas killed Cerberus. That Malakas was me. And now I'm stuck working for Hades. Why am I not surprised? You've made things around here complicated. I wasn't the friend you needed in life. Let me be a friend to you now. Courage eludes me in the underworld. Deep down, I'd hoped I'd never have to face Deimos again. What can you tell me about this forgotten sepulcher? It houses the armor, trophies, and weapons of dishonored warriors. Things they were buried with in death, but were stripped of in the underworld. How will I know which shield is yours?
You should know my shield by now. It bears the colors of Sparta and has been through many battles.
The weight of your shield will help you feel like your old self.
Make sure to take only mine. Taking any others will be your doom.
Alright, so to get Phoebe to remember, we had to get one of her toys. To get Brasidas to remember, we had to kick his ass. So that finished that mission. I don't belong here, and we got a new one called the Weight of Sparta. So we learned that in order for Brasidas to get to Elysium, Hades told him he has to defeat what defeated him in life, and he thinks that is Deimos. But to be able to fight Deimos, he needs to get his lost shield, which is going to be here in the Forgotten Sepulcher, however you say that. He gave us a little hint. We'll know it's his shield because it'll have Sparta's colors and it'll be all banged up. And he mentioned that that's where dishonored warriors' weapons go. So that was some more foreshadowing that we're going to see later why Brasidas is in Hades. We got the battlefield boots as a reward for that mission, but like I said, if it's not legendary, who cares? So I found this place. See, Alexios is trying to figure out why Brasidas' weapon would be here. So here we're going to have to interact with this door. There's going to be symbols all around, and we got to pick 3 symbols and highlight them to open up this door to get to all the weapons from the dishonored warriors. So I'm going to heavily edit this down to just show you where the pieces or the symbols are in this area, and then we'll come back to the door to open it. Here I'm just kind of messing with it, seeing how it works. And he's saying, he even says there's too many possibilities, so don't even bother trying to get it randomly. Thought that was a snake, but that's a rope. So we're going to head down this little corridor. There's going to be a veil of Tartarus. I actually passed the first symbol. It was right behind me area, but I'll come back to it. So I'll get the second one first, and then come back to show you where that one is. And don't catch on fire. That's a big one. I should follow this down, drop down. There's no symbols behind this veil, so I edited it out of me coming back. There's just some loot. One of the treasures is in there. So coming back out of the veil, there's going to be some traps, watch out for, and some snakes, watch out for. And then we're going to head into some water right over here. So watch the snakes and the traps, jump in the water, and then down in the water is when you're going to see a symbol to your left. It's going to be a head, I think, with like a spiral in the brain. Yeah, right there, or whatever that is. I forget what that represents. We'll see. He'll say it later. Alright, so we got the first symbol. You should keep going, but since I missed the first one, to make it less confusing, I'm just going to go back now, right the same way I came. So past the snakes, past the traps. You should probably kill the snakes. Just get them out of the way. And you should probably use a bow and arrow, which I usually do. I don't know why I was using a sword, because it only takes like 2 or 3 bites and you die instantly, and it's a pain in the ass. So we're going to go right back up that corridor that I came down, kill the rest of the enemies, and we'll get the first symbol, which I believe is an hourglass. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's an hourglass. Boom. Kill this big boy. Get that loot. That's why I always try to put the most points into assassinations, so you don't have to worry. Once you kill him with the assassination, the stealth assassination. Alright, so there's the hourglass. And so once you kill him with this, get them with the stealth assassination, it takes them out right away. I hate when you go to assassinate them, and then they're still alive, and they turn around, and you gotta fight them, and then that alerts all the enemies. So alright, so now we're back to the water, where I seen the second one. We're going to go past that one and keep going like you're supposed to. Also, while I'm going to the next symbol, I wanted to mention that there was a new update for Assassin's Creed. And so now if you go to the blacksmith, any blacksmiths, I think you might find there's 4 new legendary weapons. So each blacksmith might have a different one. I forget. I didn't check it out yet. I was just looking at something, talking about it. And one of the weapons that got my attention, it's a weapon called the Blade of Yumminess. It gives you 250% increase to all damage, but the catch is that you can't use any of your abilities if you have it equipped. Even your overpower attacks, you can't use them. It was originally part of a weapon released for Origins that was part of a For Honor game promotion. And then the description even mentions that the blade doesn't belong in Greece. But the only problem with with the blade is that you have to be level 99, and it's like over 1 million drachmae. Because I was actually interested in trying it, because it does so much damage, and it kind of simplifies the gameplay. You don't have to worry about abilities. But for that price, I'm not going to sit there and, grind it out or fucking use a credit card to buy drachmae. Alright, so here's the last symbol, water. People drink Lethi's water here in the underworld and they forget. So the 3 symbols were water, time, and the mind. Okay, the mind. I thought it was something more elaborate, but it's just simply the mind. So grab all these little loots, and then we're going to head back to the door. Which, you have to move these things out of the way. It's a pain in the ass. I don't know if I edited this or not, but I remember getting to a point where I couldn't move them anymore. This one seems simple. So this, I think, was the one before, where I couldn't move them anymore, and I had to leave the area and have them reset. It was just a pain in the ass. Alright, so let's look for, we got the hourglass. What do we got? We got, can't see, the mind. And then we got water.
Of course, this is the underworld. Drink the water, it makes you forget. Your time spent living is lost. Clever.
Alright, so we entered the vault. We're going to find Brasidas' shield. Like he said, it's going to be a Spartan shield, and it's going to have dents because he's been in many battles. So there's going to be 3 shields, and we got to pick the right one. They're going to be right up here. They said there was a heavy price for picking the wrong one. I'm not sure what it was. If anybody knows, just leave it in the comments, because I'm curious to see how bad the punishment was. And like I said, with these Colossi, you always want to preemptively strike them with the rush assassination, because don't even take the chance of alerting them, because then they're going to be a pain in the ass. You can just take them out real quick with that. Alright, so we can see the middle one is definitely not it, because that's a shield from Athens. The one on the left you can see is clean. Looks like a new shield. And then you can see this one's got some big dents in it. So that's got to be the right one. So we're going to take the shield back to Brasidas. And see if he's going to take on Deimos or whoever is the enemy that Hades was talking about. Alright, so it looks like I just returned to the Eternal Battlefield. I'm not positive. Don't look at that picture. It's a little bit of a spoiler. That's how he died in the main game, if you remember. And he's right up here.
Your shield, General.
I'll never forget the day this was first handed to me. I was a boy. It was as tall as I was. My commander told me, to hold this is to hold up Sparta. Drop it, and Sparta falls. Tell me what Elysium's like.
It isn't what you think. It's... Do you feel cold?
Elysium is boring.
Not since I showed up.
Ah, yes. You do have a knack for livening things up wherever you go. Ah, still dreaming of paradise, I see. Well, no one wants you to get what you deserve more than me. I'm glad you two have found each other. We could all use a little help from time to time. Well, you've got your shield. Are you ready to face your enemy?
I am.
Alright, so we're ready to take on Brasidas' greatest enemy, but we're dealing with Hades, so we know there's going to be some kind of twist. It's not going to be what we think. And it's going to be a new mission. It's called Kill Me Once, Shame on You.
Don't look, Brasidas. Hades is trying to get to you.
It's been a long time, Brasidas. Come, face your undoing.
I am not afraid of you, Deimos. What is this? An even greater enemy defeated you, long before Deimos ended your life. Deimos was blessed by the fury of the gods, and even after she cut you down once, you still didn't learn. It wasn't hubris. I fought for honor.
You made Sparta proud that day, Brasidas. You honored your father's oath.
Perhaps I didn't. A Spartan should trust the warrior at their side.
This time, we fight together.
It would be my honor.
Alright, so we learned that the greatest enemy of Brasidas is Brasidas. And we're going to fight the Bane of Brasidas, and he's going to have these kind of supernatural powers that the Colossi have. They shoot the lasers out of their hands. But we get to help him, so it's going to make the fight a lot easier. And I don't know if you noticed that I leveled up to level 69, because I'm so immature, I had to point that out. So this is an easy battle. Just going to do my same combination. I've said it a million times, so I won't say it again. Take down Brasidas, and we'll see if that satisfies Hades. I have a feeling it won't, because he's a dick. Alright, so I'm going to edit down this fight a little bit. It was a little bit more of a grind than I realized. I'm going to sit here all day, and here we go.
It was good fighting together again.
I guess it's time to say goodbye.
Very good. The spears were my brother's idea. Poseidon can be cruel sometimes.
I did as you asked. You promised me Elysium.
Not quite.
But you said...
I said that to walk Elysium in death, a son of Sparta must confront that which defeated him in life. And you have not yet done so. I know. It's all very hard to wrap your little mortal minds around. Which is why I'm going to help you.
Why these games? Why not just let him go?
Because eternity is long. Letting you go wouldn't be much fun, now would it? Find the forest of Oasis. The dead will point the way.
The Forest of Oasis. Sounds inviting.
It's where I keep the miserable humans who ended their mortal suffering by their own hand. If there's one thing I hate, it's uninvited guests.
The dead will point the way to what?
I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. You'll just have to trust me.
Come, Brasidas. The sooner we get this done, the sooner you can be free of this place.
So, like I predicted, we still haven't satisfied Hades. We get the Gauntlets of Hubris as our reward there. We're going to have to figure out who Brasidas' greatest enemy is. We'll do that in the next part, in part 8. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.